All right, here's the former undisputed UFC welterweight champion and still one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman. What do you think his approach is going to be here tonight? Because we love the jab, the striking has evolved, but we all know what his bread and butter is.
Well, his bread and butter is his wrestling. I think the only thing I can point to is that he lost the first fight of his career. Then he went on that tremendous run to become the welterweight champion and widely regarded the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That was his bounce back. Tonight he has to do that again. He's got to go back to that mindset that allowed for him as a young fighter to tie George St. Pierre's record for most wins in the welterweight division. That starts tonight. And ultimately he's hoping that leads to another reign atop the welterweight division.
And there have been rumblings about some injuries, maybe a knee, his hand. He says he's healthy. We'll see how it goes for Kamaru Usman getting back on the proving ground here tonight. Kamaru Usman, he has graced the octagon with his mind set on one thing tonight, that UFC championship belt. Well, DC, like Frank Sinatra, this man has done it his way. The former UFC welterweight and middleweight champion, George Rush St. Pierre. A lot of people believe pound for pound, DC, GSP is the best they've ever seen.
Yes, because he was able to mix everything together so well. When he was fighting a wrestler, he was able to keep the fight standing. When he was fighting a striking specialist, he was able to take him to the ground. His jiu-jitsu and just his full-on MMA game was something that we had never seen in the UFC before. Won the UFC championship at middleweight after being away for 4 years. Just showed how special George St. Pierre truly is.
In terms of MMA application of wrestling, no one has done it better than George Rush St. Pierre. George Rush St. Pierre steps inside the octagon. He is ready to fight. And now our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Kamaru, the Nigerian nightmare, Usman. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, George Rush St. Pierre!
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
This is arguably the biggest welterweight fight in UFC history. It is upon us. I am anxious. I would imagine the athletes have a better resting heart rate than I do. Kamaru Usman, George St. Pierre. Let's see how it plays out.
I had to take the cans off of my ear because I want to hear the crowd when these two men step into the octagon. We have the two greatest welterweights of all time finally locked in the octagon together. Usman versus St. Pierre. Who's going to be victorious? Come on, John Annis.
Trying to establish the jab early on here. All right, the wrestler having a little trouble engaging here in the clinch, and as you well know, he's got a lot of trips and takedowns from this very position.
Well, he manipulates you. He manipulates you from the underhook. He gets to the underhook and starts to move you forward, backwards. He's tripping. he's foot sweeping you. He has so many different ways to get you to the ground that you can never really feel comfortable from this clinch position.
Well, hard to win fights in mixed martial arts from the bottom, but nice work here in that position by Usman. Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get up on the hips to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Well, St. Pierre's back in half guard.
Now he's going full mount. Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Well, how about the movement off of the back? Nice job to avoid the ground and pound here by Usman.
Gotta be careful here.
Usman getting work here from the top. You don't want to take too many more of these ground and pound strikes. He's going for the rear naked choke now. Oh, that rear naked choke looks tough.
Oh!
Wow, he gets out and now reverses position.
Beautiful submission defense by this guy. He was constantly under attack.
Grappler's delight tonight. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground.
He's got to be careful here. Good jab there by the champion. You cannot sit in this position. Referee will have no choice but to stop the fight.
Usman's in half guard. Working out of the half guard here. Submission attempts in bunches, another one here. Oh, he's got the Kamaru position locked in now. Wow, somehow, some way he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe.
Landing strikes nicely here from top position. Well, defense doesn't always win championships in MMA, but how about the submission defense tonight, thwarting one attempt after the next?
Yeah, and the fact that he's just constantly under attack tells you he was very prepared for the type of fighter that he was in front of. He knew there would be some submissions coming his way. He was ready to defend them, and he has done that beautifully. You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just got to move.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Look at that. Recognize he's about to lose position.
Usman's back in full mount. Lands the ground and pound strike here. Good movement on the ground here defensively by GSP. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Making all these shots count. Oh, good ground and pound here. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there. Usman's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Continuing to work out of the half guard. Usman's right back to the full mount. Oh, the ground and pound is there. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. Round two next. All right, a lot of highlights from which to choose over those previous 5 minutes, DC. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, and for all the good that he did in that round, it was the punching that really led to him really taking control of the fight. He did a great job finding his shots over and over again.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, second round underway. All right, DC is back from the concession stand as we get our next round underway, and you had a huge shot finds the target there.
Great shot land. fight.
Well, landing several strikes here from the top, standing over his opponent. Good work here by Kamaru Usman. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. Nice positional control here. All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound. Back mount now. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Usman. All right, close guard now. You gotta be careful though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. All right, well, he's got him softened up here. St. Pierre's in half guard. This pace is just absurd. He has kept it up throughout the fight. Shades of Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar. Punches and punches.
I mean, being there, watching Max Holloway do what he did was super impressive. So to even list this performance alongside that tells you how this guy is fighting tonight.
Working in half guard here, making these shots count.
He's got to be careful here.
Oh, look out, folks. That is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
Oh, so now he bails on the submission.
He bailed, and rightfully so. You keep the dominant position. Great job. Very smart fighter we got there.
Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top.
He's got to start throwing now.
Looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. St. Pierre's right back to the full mount here.
Big ground and pound.
Well, St. Pierre's got his back again. All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now. I know the crowd thinks it's funny when this happens, but if you're the bottom fighter, nothing funny about it.
It's not funny. This is not a fun position to be in fighting. You've got to try and change it immediately because you are carrying someone's weight, whether it's their bottom half weight or the top half. You are carrying their weight, whether you got their armpit in your face or you got their legs over the top of you. It is not comfortable. So you need to be trying to move, make them make a decision, a determination as to what they're trying to accomplish, and then you try and counter it.
Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive than we saw in round one, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Well-timed with the short uppercut and the clinch by Usman.
He's got great kicks also. He needs to be throwing more kicks in this fight. He hasn't thrown many at all.
Well, St. Pierre's now dealing with a cheek cut. The takedown is there. All right, full guard here, DC. What does he need to do to improve position?
Well, he's got to start to build his posture, get some damage off, move to half guard, which in turn leads to more opportunities for advancement. But if you're on the bottom, you got to anticipate those movements the moment he tries to move to the next position. You build a shield, get back to your feet, or dig an underhook to try to get a reversal or a sweep. Oh, nice.
All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working. Yes, smart adjustment, yep. Nice shots landing from the top position.
Usman's back in full mount. Well, St. Pierre's eye is closing up now. Not good for him. Lands a big elbow there. And there's the horn. Plenty of action to digest from that one. All All right, so that's the end of the round. Potential adversity here. He's got a cut on his cheek sustained from that strike in the round. Now the focus becomes maximizing these 60 seconds, shutting that cut and preventing it from becoming a major factor here moving forward. Well, if you're the replay guy, a lot to like in that previous round. A lot of damage being inflicted.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the swelling now, John. He wasn't doing what he needed to do to move his head, and he's paying for it. You cannot allow for an elite-level mixed martial artist to connect at that rate and think that you will not be wearing the damage. He's wearing it now. I'm interested to see what changes he makes to give himself an opportunity.
Ready. Do it.
Round 3 of a possible 5.
He loaded up there on that high kick.
Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Nice uppercut. Nice. Little judo throw there to take him down. High praise, I would think, from the Olympian, DC. Nicely done.
I mean, it was beautiful. The way that he stepped across, got his hips in and started driving into his opponent. What a phenomenal technique. Great position. Great knowledge of knowing how to manipulate someone's body. Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Hard ground and pound shot there, and yes, it was hard, opening right up. Good work from the top here by Usman. Another ground and pound strike gets home.
Yep, got to be very careful there.
Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid. And now he's got the back.
Beautiful ground and pound approach, and now his opponent is starting to swell.
All right, half guard form here, and a lot of offensive options, I would think, at his disposal.
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has submission options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back in position, build posture again, throw big strikes, and just really wear him down with a really secure position in half guard.
All right, so pretty good damage here with the ground and pound. Nothing superficial about these strikes. They are intending to harm.
Oh yeah, he's landing very accurately, and he's landing to get damage on.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Usman. Oh, there's another ground strike for good measure. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by George St. Pierre. All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt named Daniel Kamaru. Nice eyes on the defensive side.
Oh, he's really starting to apply pressure on his opponent here. Different approach here in the last couple rounds, and it's the exact sense of urgency that you want to see from a fighter. Take the judges out of it. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. Ooh, and he caught the kick. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now, it's starting to show. Oh, he did a great job of rotating him into an underhook. Oh!
Oh, how good was that judo toss? Nice hook there by George Oh, great block there. Looking to land the right just out of range.
Trading huge shots. Let's see who's going to be the last man standing.
And there it is again, targeting that swelling. Why would you not, right? You doled out all this damage, might as well go right back to it.
Well, especially if your opponent is not going to move his head. He's still trying to go out on his shield. He's so stubborn in trying to prove that he's tough. It's really costing him right now. He's got that arm triangle. Watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique. Right to the knee on belly. Gains great posture and starts raining down punches. If his opponent does not move, this fight is going to be stopped.
St. Pierre's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent.
You lost that round, but I need you to go out there and fight those takedowns this round. I do not want you.
All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, fourth round is now underway as we get to the championship rounds. What is a fighter's mindset when you get to this 16th minute of a fight?
This is when you understand that nothing is ever going to be harder. This is the hardest round in fighting. This is going to really test your will and your desire to become champion.
Well, we got a lot of blood now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV, but every time that area gets targeted, that cut is getting worse and closer, theoretically, to the end of the fight.
Yeah, and, you know, when you got a person like this in front of you that is so good at what they do, when you are bleeding like this and the work is showing, you got to try to find a way to stop them.
He's having his way with him here. Usman's back in full mount. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Huge elbow there.
Oh, just opening up on it now.
Well, this is not football. Targeting is legal, and he is going at that cut, which is getting worse with every passing ground strike. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Kamaru Usman. Again, not much defense there. Another ground strike gets through. Usman has got full mount now. But at least staying busy on the bottom.
He's just being more aggressive, and because he's being more aggressive and more loose with his strikes, he's landing.
Oh, man, how many shots to the head can one individual take? I'm not a doctor, but that swelling suggests there might be some sort of fracture.
Yeah, there might be something wrong with him. He's so swollen, he's so beat up, but he's so tough. That is why he's still standing.
Oh, another ground strike gets through. Well, he's worked very hard on this part of his game, and these ground strikes are really starting to take their toll. Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. Oh, big shots here.
Oh, now he's going to find himself in a little more danger.
Usman's right back to the full mount. All right, crowd absolutely loving it as the fighters, however compromised, make their way back to the feet.
They may be tired, but that tired, that fatigue is warranted. That was a high-level grappling exchange between two phenomenal grapplers.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he is trying to chase down that finish.
All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground.
Scramble and go! Scramble and go!
Getting him out here. In the half guard.
Usman's right back to the full mount here. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time. Oh, right into mount.
GSP getting work from the top here. He's got to do a better job to cover up. Oh, heavy shots raining down. Under a minute now to go.
Oh.
Well, doing his able best to avoid the ground and pound here. Nice job by George St. Pierre.
Great job landing from the top position. Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right.
You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the back.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does.
Oh, he's got him in a choke here.
I thought he was gonna go out. Instead, he escapes and reverses.
He didn't go out, he got out. Great job defensively by the fighters.
All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, let us now get you some replays of all the damage done in that previous round, including the strike that opened up the cut.
Yeah, some nasty strikes landed over the course of that round, and it opened up a nasty cut. He has got to find a way to change some things defensively, or that cut is just going to get worse and worse. And the worse it gets, the more he runs the risk of this fight getting stopped.
St. Pierre gets tattooed with that hook. Beautifully timed and placed.
Great commitment to the kicking game.
Well, St. Pierre's cut on his cheek is nasty. Thank God these guys are tough, because that thing will not stop bleeding at this point in time.
Oh, nice right hand by the champ, yeah.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Kamaru. Oh, it looks like he's got him in a crucifix now, DC. A lot of body weight from the top position. How does he go about trying to finish this fight?
He just needs to stay heavy. He's got to keep his weight down. He's got to be working, but not working recklessly, because this is a position that you can escape. Make sure you secure your opponent, and make sure you secure your opponent, land strikes that matter, and end this fight. He gets hit with another massive ground and pound strike. He has got to protect this cut.
Well, very efficient and effective with the ground and pound strikes here. High-level work by Usman. Grounded him and pounded him. Nice job. Oh, another strike lands from the top. And very effective with the ground and pound. St. Pierre getting absolutely worked here from the top. Let's see if there's an uptick in his urgency here as he tries to get back up. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Usman's back in full mount. Lands with the ground and pound.
Another ground and pound strike lands.
Oh, man, another strike gets through. This could be over soon.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
While St. Pierre's an absolute mess right now, this fight might actually get stopped by the ringside physician due to that cut.
Changing the position.
GSP getting absolutely worked from the top here on the wrong end of nearly all of these ground and pound strikes. Oh, big shots from the top. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by George St. Pierre. All right, the referee not seeing enough action there. We go back to the center of the octagon now.
But
He's got to either go southpaw or he has to actually just try to throw the whole kitchen sink at him.
St. Pierre's blocking well now. You see the fighter raise the guard to protect that obviously damaged nose.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, if you're in the night, that one landed right on the spot. Beautiful level change.
I need you to fight back.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side. Underhook, this is a great position for a top fighter.
St. Pierre's eye is essentially swollen shut at this point in time. I'm not so sure they're not going to step in, Daniel, and stop this fight right now. Hard to be a one-eye fighter in a mixed martial arts setting. When you get in a bad spot on the ground and you want to reverse it, that's what you need to do.
Masterclass in changing position, unreal to see.
Final 10 seconds of the fight.
10 seconds, we gotta finish.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 49-45, declaring the winner by unanimous decision and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman.
All right, so judges' scorecards are needed. They are rendered, and they go to Kamaru Usman, your winner tonight by decision. I thought he fought pretty well.